Yo, yo, yo. So today I want to talk about the whole stop killing game situation and the whole drama around that and how Pirate Software, aka Thor, is the most hypocritical narcissist on the fucking platform. I'm probably going to title this video Pirate Software is the biggest narcissist ever. That's probably word for word, bar for bar what the title is. But I'm going to try to go through this quick because there's going to be a lot of me yapping and talking. So, and you guys know, if I'm talking, we're cooked. So, if you search up Pirate Software, Stop Killing Games, some ordinary gamers cover the situation. Asmongold, Pirate Software. This is Pirate Software's video 10 months ago talking about the situation. And oh my golly gee, this 15 minutes of this video, if you watch this, it is the worst. It's the worst fucking coverage of this whole situation. And he misinterprets the whole caused by Stop Killing Games. And I'll get into that in a second. But moist critical, yada yada, whatever it means, people have been covering this situation. So I'm gonna read these huge long tweets. I'll try to skip through and just read as much as important stuff. But the person behind the whole Stop Killing Games motive and motion in the ocean is this guy named Accursed Farms. He's an OG YouTuber dating back to 18 years ago videos with 11 years being his prime time, I guess. I don't know. But he made a video called The End of Stop Killing Games. And it's an hour of him going through a bunch of topics. But about 40 minutes of the video is him just talking about how Pirate Software kind of just killed the whole movement and misinterpreted the whole fucking situation. And how he's just so retarded. Like, Pirate Software is retarded and a narcissist. Like, choose one disability. But so we go to stopkillinggames.com, and this is the whole movement. And if you are a EU citizen, I would advise you guys to sign this petition to get to 1 million signatures, and then maybe the EU government might do something, and you can also do it for the UK if you're there too, 100,000 signatures and stuff. But I do encourage you guys to sign this petition if you're in those regions. But this is the Stop Killing Games motives, okay? On their webpage, Stop Killing Games is a consumer movement started to challenge the legality of publishers destroying video games. They have sold to customers, and an increasing number of video games are sold effectively as goods, with no stated expiration date, but designed to be completely unplayable as soon as support from the publisher ends. This practice is a form of planned obsolescence. Okay, now I'm the retarded guy, and is not only detrimental to customers, but makes preservation effectively impossible. Furthermore, the legality of this practice is largely untested in many countries. And then over the past year, we have successfully escalated, blah, blah, blah. So this is like the whole movement, is stopping companies from just making their games unplayable, and it loses the whole preservation. And it's like, say you go to buy like a fucking CD, and then you try to play it, and it just doesn't fucking work anymore because they said, nope, you're not allowed to play it anymore. It's insane. It's like the most normal basic goods method where you buy a good and you should own that thing. And nowhere in this whole statement said if it's a multiplayer game, they have to make their game single player, right? They can't shut down the servers to make their game single player. There just should be a way to preserve the game for other people to enjoy still. It's like, for example, like recently X Defiant, it was a shooter game that shut down and no one's allowed to play it anymore because they removed the whole game off of stores, and all the servers are down and the game's unplayable now. Same with most games. They get released and then they shut down like after a month or two if they fail, or instantly. So, and it's like COD, like old COD games, like it's impossible to play them unless you use a mod which other people have used so they could preserve the game and people could still play it. I don't know why it's so hard for Pirate Software to even acknowledge that because his whole argument is, oh, they're not really straightforward to what they want. They're saying they just want their fucking video games that are sold to people, like, cause it says with no stated expiration date, so the game should fucking stay alive. It shouldn't be just gone. You can't just take it away from someone unless you say, okay, this game is going to last for 5 years and then we're turning off the servers and on the 5th year of the last day. Then that's fine. That's normal. That's people would probably accept that. But no, the games get shut down and then no one can play it. So that's enough me yapping. Here's Pirate Software yap. So holy shit. So I'll try to go really quick. So been reading through all of the posts against me over my stance on the Stop Killing Games initiative. Tons of people calling me a liar or that I misrepresented the initiative. Also, lots of content creators dogpiling on this to get their pound of flesh. So yes, a lot of people are jumping on this because you have the most retarded fucking takes ever. I don't know how this guy can have a retarded take every couple months. This guy just pisses me off every single day. I used to like his takes on fucking video games. No, it's fucking retarded. So, blah, blah, blah. He talks. Let's dig into it. I put out 2 videos August. He put out 2 videos 10 months ago. These videos are linked below. Yeah. Monetization on these videos is disabled. So no, this is not some ploy to increase revenue. Okay, I don't care. You can make money off of those videos. Like, I don't think anyone cared that you're making money in the first place. In the first video, I go through what an initiative is, blah, blah, blah. This helps people understand that this is the start, the conversation for change and can adapt later. I then go through the initiatives and some of its goals from the official page for it. I then talk about the repercussions of them. Should they be implemented as written, all games need to be left in a functional playable state. So you're going to tell me. So okay, this is a hot take, but I think if you have a game, I don't think you, like, say you're playing, let's say, Minecraft, right? You're playing Minecraft, and all of a sudden Mojang says, okay, we're shutting down all the servers and there's not a single way how you can play Minecraft. So then what are we supposed to do? It's like, okay, as written, all games need to be left in a functional playable state. So say there's a game from like 2010, right? No, 20 here. Whoa, what am I doing? Let's just go. Next, I bring up the crew and walk through the business around it, the sequels, and the size of the player base at time of sunset. I did this because it was called out by the initiative as an example of publishers destroying a game. So, I also harshly critic Ross, which is the god dude, wording in his videos because they disparage the lawmaking process, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so the crew is an example because I think one of the older crews like is unplayable now. You can't even play it single player, and they're just trying to focus all their player base into the newest crew. And I don't know why he thinks this is like a normal thing. Like, why can't we just have the older games? Most people like the older games. Like, for the example, the Battlefield series. I like going back to play Battlefield 1 and stuff. That game came out in like 2016. Imagine the DICE or whoever owns the Battlefield IP now. I think it's EA, which is terrible. But like, imagine they just shut down fucking Battlefield 1 and they force me to play fucking Battlefield 2042. I will fucking lose my mind. I don't want to play Battlefield 2042. I want to play fucking Battlefield 1. So, it's like, we can always cherry pick fucking examples, right? And we could say this company, well, first off, the crew is owned by Ubisoft, which has the horrible fucking track record. They destroyed XDefiant. They fucking took away their old fucking games. You can't even play their old that fucking bike game where you race people. You can't even play that game anymore. They took down the fucking servers, but whatever it is. So yeah, there's an argument it's stupid for the companies to keep the games servers like running, right? You could still have, I think there should be like some preservation of the game. There's no way it's that much money cost to keep up a single player server or just keep up community servers. That's what Battlefield does. They don't keep up normal servers. They keep up its community owned servers in the game to play, and people play on those servers. Like, I don't like how small or big. Say there's 10 fucking people playing the oldest Crew game. They should be able to play the fucking Crew game and not the newest fucking Crew game if they don't want to. But that's besides the point. Let's go to the second video. He says that then I talked about potential scenarios where a studio could be abused. If the initiative was implemented as written, adds new paths for abuse, and that needs blah, blah, blah. I then explained that very few people in the game development space can actually discuss this from the other side due to fear of losing their jobs. A studio is much safer in silent distance. Yeah, okay, and then the recent attacks on our games is obvious evidence of this, okay. To recap, my main issue is with this initiative is that it is broad in its approach to change the industry, and the exact language of the initiative is not the FAQ request that all games stay in a functional playable state. This is not feasible for all games at a technical level and could potentially restrict developers from making online only games like MMOs. So his argument is saying, because it's saying only functional playable state, it's impossible for online games, because for live service games, eventually they'll shut down. And yes, that is true. Older live service games will shut down. Like, for example, like Left 4 Dead, like the OG Left 4 Dead, I think maybe that's even still up. You could probably find that. What game? You can't. There's nothing off the top of my head that like would. It's well, I guess like, let's say you have a live service game, right? And then they just say they stopped working on live service games, right? Then they're fine. Okay. Maybe I'm the retard here because I don't really know what I'm thinking here. Let's just keep moving, because it's back and forth of like, okay, I don't care. Don't keep if the game is fucking 20 years old, you don't have to keep it live. You don't have to fucking update your game. Just keep the servers up. You don't have to. You can make a game and then just leave it there. And if they shut down the game, let fans recreate the game. But that's all from I hate this whole mentality. But to clear up some information about my character, I left AAA in 2016 because I fucking hate how the industry is now and prefer indie entirely. I don't like Blizzard, or I would have stayed working there. That's why I quit. That's the entire point. Fuck AAA and what many studios have turned games into. Okay, so then he goes on about like himself, and I don't give a fuck. So to finish out, just because I don't support this doesn't mean you should blindly follow me. In that, just because I said pretty words on the internet, you also shouldn't blindly bash me. Always stay frosty. I don't give a fuck. And then minimum wage proof. What does this mean? Okay. I don't care. So then that was one of his tweets. And then this is the other tweet. So he talked to Charlie, aka Moist Critical, in DMs. If you're mad at me for being a dick to Ross, I get it, and I'm sorry for that. I should not have lashed out, but I had an emotional response due to how important this subject is to me. So yeah, and your emotional response is fucking retarded. I'm saying it now. You didn't even read what his fucking cause was. You just made up information. But on the developer side, I have been in a constant battle with people online for nearly a decade, trying to inform them how difficult it is to make and release video games. The idea that any of them. These technical hurdles are easy to overcome and would be simple to implement is the exact kind of thing I've been fighting. When I bring up the issues with leaving online-only games in a functional playable state after sunsetting, I am always met with responses diminishing the effort needed to do that. This is not a simple hurdle to overcome, and is exactly why I don't like this initiative. You can't leave these challenges up to a figure it out mentality, and you can't diminish the work of those on the dev side just because you want your way. So I don't know. I don't think they've ever said anything about functional playable state, and if it is, you should just. I think they're just talking about fucking keeping the game alive. Just don't like shut down the fucking servers unless quite literally 0 people are playing. I don't think it's that hard to just stop updating your game and just let it run. I truly don't think it's that hard, but what am I to say? So movements like this showcase to me how little the general public understands about game development, modern blah blah blah. If you want all games to be left in a functional playable state, then you need to listen to people when they talk about how infeasible that will be in a lot of situations, since this is the initiative primary goal is as listed on the ECI. Okay, so this is a goal. This is what he took. So their objectives, this initiative calls to require publishers that sell or license video games to consumers in the European Union or related features and assets sold for video games they operate to leave said video game in a functional state, playable state. Yeah, I don't think it's too much of an ask to, when someone buys your game for probably, let's say, $80 nowadays, that they want to fucking be able to play that game for a long time. And say if it's a single player game, then I don't see any wrong for keeping it up forever. But if it's a multiplayer game, I'm telling you right now, you know Mass Effect, that game franchise, that game still has their multiplayer online. I think in Mass Effect 1 still running in fucking after 20 years. I think, and the old Gears of War servers are still up too. Most fucking games are still up. I don't know why it's so hard, but and then it's so that's what he talks about. And of course, from one let's see what this dude says. From one dev to another, you lack the intellectual octane to maneuver this space. Many games, specifically multiplayer games, solved 90% of preservation issues decades ago. We just stopped doing it so we could push customers to the yearly reskin because that was more profitable. Thank you, whoever Jack Vanillas, whatever dev he is, but the problems has already been solved. It's strange to see a dev so close, so lost on this. There's a few hangups with MTX, but that is a design problem and not a preservation problem. Full stop. Stay clear, man, please. And then, if you want to build an online game, so he just yaps. It's fucking, it's pissed me off, to be honest. I've been yapping for I don't know how long. Let me check right here. For 18 minutes, I've probably rambled, not even knowing what the fuck I'm saying, but hopefully this does get out to just show how narcissistic fucking Pirate Software is and how just dumbfounded this whole fucking movement is and how he just likes to die on every single fucking hill and just not, like, he's insisting on just letting games fucking not just die and not be preservation. Like, it's like the same for Minecraft story mode. Like, you can't play that game anymore unless you have the fucking disc. And I don't even think it works. It's like, and then it's so fucking retarded, but that's all from me. Subscribe if you like nachos. Comment, I hate Pirate Software in the chat. And, like, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.